Bless you. Welcome to This Is It. I got an alert for you guys. Here we go. Okay, first thing. There's an hour-long video that'll be put. It's already done. Zach's doing some stuff to it. It'll be posted on Odyssey in the morning. We'll give you a link tomorrow to go watch it. But you can go to my Odyssey channel and watch it. You can go to Collect Files and watch it. They won't play it on YouTube. Okay, now, y'all remember the bombings printed on the U.S. currency? I've shown you guys that I went to the FBI and I showed the FBI and I watched an FBI agent freak out. Okay, I'm going to play you three little snippets from other channels. I want you to listen to, let's start right here. Let's start with Matt Morris. By the way, if you guys don't listen to Matt Morris, really good news channel. Matt Morris has a really good news channel. Anyway, so check this out. Watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, all hell has just broken loose over in the Middle East as the Iranian regime continues to violate the ceasefire, as President Trump continues to blast the living hell out of Iran, and as the peace talks have now been canceled, seemingly altogether. What's more, I kid you not, now the Iranians are publicly talking about using a nuclear weapon. Seriously.
Okay, so now, right, so the Iranians are publicly talking about using a nuclear weapon. What nuclear weapon? Well, remember I showed you Obama's underwater Gilbert Canyon, right? Which means shining hostages, because we're the shining ones. And I showed you the nuclear torpedo that would take out the entire West Coast. What's printed on the $100 bill? What's printed on the $10 bill? I've already shown you the new upcoming false flag events are already printed on U.S. currency as their insurance policy. In case this were to happen, Republicans might be taking over, so they're going to bring the house down. Remember Obama's Leave the World Behind? What happens in it? A nuke goes off in New York. What did Obama say when he was at that summit? He's not worried about so much the Russians as a nuke going off in Manhattan. Okay, now, again, let's hear it one more time from Matt Morris, and then we'll move on.
Ladies and gentlemen, all hell has just broken loose over in the Middle East as the Iranian regime continues to violate the ceasefire, as President Trump continues to blast the living hell out of Iran, and as the peace talks have now been canceled, seemingly altogether. What's more, I kid you not, now the Iranians are publicly talking about using a nuclear weapon. Seriously, folks, we're going to.
Okay, now hang on. Let me go. Now, here's another channel. This guy, Ron Yates, really good. I really like his channel. I want you to listen to what he says today.
Get out now. Those were the words echoing across Washington, D.C. this morning, not from some doomsday prepper, but from inside the White House Situation Room. Because according to newly leaked intel, several major U.S. cities, yes, probably yours, are now classified as prime targets in what insiders are calling the most credible homeland threat since 9/11. And President Donald J. Trump, well, he snapped. Mid-flight aboard Air Force One en route to the NATO summit, Trump got the briefing, and what followed was described by one official as four-letter word fury at the agencies that let this happen and enemies who dare bring this fight to our soil. So what exactly did the FBI find? Which cities are now under high alert? Why is Russia hinting at arming Iran directly? Oh, and why does Trump's plan to neutralize the threat reveal a strategy that's smarter and more patriotic than anything that we've seen in decades? Well, guys, we got it all right here. The internal memos, the DIA intel leaks, the missile strike on our base in Qatar, the FBI's list of cities, and President Trump's direct response. And of course,
okay, y'all should go watch their whole reports. Let me show you a quick thing from Dr. Nez, Professor Nez. I like him too. I wish he saw through the veil, but he doesn't. But here we go.
Again, this is not AI. This is not fake. This is not parody. It is 100% real. I need to hear from you, Texans. Is this a valid representation of who?
Okay, now I'm going to slow down the audio for a sec because I want you to understand something. Okay, hang on one second. Showed you this, everything behind me on the wall, the whole serpent race, the ones pulling the strings, the ones that printed the bombings on the U.S. currency, the the Twin Towers and the Pentagon bombing printed on the 20, the federal building bombing printed on the old 20, the ones that are doing all that, the ones that are building the Vatican in the shape of the serpent, the one that has a serpent eating a big dead sheep. The same thing as Akhenaten and Nefertiti. It's all the same. They're the same ones. Okay. Dr. Nez is going to play a clip of a guy going to bat, like in front of a large audience, for James Tallarico. Well, Tallarico is one of the most satanic little imps I've ever seen in my life. His favorite thing is trans children. That should tell you everything. Trans children. He said it out loud. He wants to ban eating meat, all those wonderful things. But remember, the serpent race knows that you're in their flesh and that you've been inverted. They know that. So when a lot of people come to the realization of the truth, and you realize, oh, wow, you're really their slaves. A lot of Christians that think they're going to heaven, they're not going anywhere. they're not going to heaven. A lot of professing Christians, if you don't have the indwelling Spirit of Christ in you, your eyes have not been made single. The Spirit of the living God hasn't taken over and kicked out the superhuman angel demon spirit running you and taken over full possession of you. You're not a Christian. You have to have the indwelling Spirit of Christ in you. Did you turn the world upside down? Did you see the truth? Did you meet Jesus in spirit? Did you confess your sins? Did you get converted? Did you get turned quite around, which is what converted means? Did you get turned quite around the opposite direction? Okay, now, watch this speech by this guy that's going to bat for James Tallarico. That's like going to bat for the guy playing Achilles in the new freaking Odyssey movie. It's just insanity. Here we go. Watch this.
Who you are, your values and principles. Check this out.
Next time they say that James is trans, we're all trans.
So he said next time they say that James Tallarico is trans, he says, then we're all trans. Ready?
When they say James is a gay tofu eating vegan, we're all gay tofu eating vegans.
So when they say James is a gay tofu eating vegan, then we're all gay tofu eating vegans. Now, let me show you something that the serpent race knows that Christians don't know. Watch.
They're actually applauding this.
And when they say James is going to hell, we'll say we're all going to hell. But joke's on them.
But the joke's on them. They know. If you don't see that for what it is, then they say James is going to hell because, his position on Christ and Christianity. He said, then we're all going to hell. And he goes, the joke's on them. Because he knows. He knows this. Coming from an opposite direction, though. There it is. So now you just saw two different people, two newscasters talking about that it's leaked that we have a credible nuclear threat. Now let me just go show you a couple short little vids to remind you of some things. Right now at this point where we're taking over the Strait of Hormuz, the world economy is going to change. America is going to be in a major position of power. Now, watch this. Iran is talking about nuking the U.S. Where'd they get the nuke? But if during the Obama administration, when they shut down the port of New York, y'all remember that? They shut down the waters outside New York. They had this big barricade, all these U.S. ships. What were they doing? Were they planning a nuke in Gilbert Canyon? Were they just getting ready? Well, let me ask you this. How did they blow up the Twin Towers? They already printed it on the U.S. currency note. The $20 bill in your wallet's got the Twin Tower bombing on it and the Pentagon. So that means it had to be planned. The old $20 bill's got the federal building bombing in Oklahoma City on it. So it had to be planned. The new $100 bill shows New York being destroyed by a nuclear blast. And there's a guy that prophesied it, that out of the sea shall come fire and smoke and a devouring wind. That's a nuke. Water as high as the walls of Jerusalem will cover the city by the sea, and great shall be the destruction of that city. Did you know after that prophetic utterance came out in 2007, did you know that in 2014 they came out with a $100 bill that shows exactly that? Out of the sea shall come fire and smoke and a devouring wind. Water as high as the walls of Jerusalem. A nuclear tsunami printed on the $10 bill. The $100 bill shows the nuke blasting Manhattan. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. But right now, to be seeing what's going on, Iran getting their asses kicked, handed to them, but they're talking really big shit. You know, let's just talk like life for a sec. How many people, guys out there, growing up, how many guys would get in fights occasionally? I would. I used to get picked on because of the way I looked growing up. Yep. And I learned how to fight at a pretty young age. I started taking martial arts, and I got really into my martial arts, and I really got good at it. In fights, when someone is talking shit and they're just talking it up, and it's obvious that they're not going to be doing very well in that confrontation, it's because A, they have a gun or a knife, or they have some kind of a weapon. I've been in those situations. I've been stabbed in the neck. I've been shot at point blank range. I prevailed in both situations. But when that happens, when someone just starts talking shit, I mean, it's like the only reason they're talking like that is because they know they're going to pull out a gun, or they know they're going to whip out a blade. They already know that in their head. You can feel the vibe when it's happening. That's the same kind of vibe. Iran is talking such shit like they're the ones in control. You're going to bow to us. Remember Obama, the one that doesn't have a birth certificate, the guy that ran the country? You know, they stole the election from Donald Trump, put Biden in, someone signed auto pin on everything. Remember all that? Why is there a nuclear blast printed on our $100 bill? Why is there a nuclear tsunami covering a 7-story building on our $10 bill? Because, see, those events haven't happened yet. Every other image that was printed on old U.S. currency happened. The Twin Towers blew up, didn't they? What's printed on your 20? The Pentagon blew up on the same day on 9/11. Very important. They picked 9/11 because that's the day that the temple was destroyed in Jerusalem. The 9th of Av, 9/11. The first temple was destroyed on 9/11 by Nebuchadnezzar. The second temple was destroyed on 9/11 by Titus. And they destroyed the Twin Towers representing the twin system, showing that they're taking over. No more good and evil. They built the One World Freedom Tower just for all evil. That's why the letter O in the One World Freedom Tower, the letter O is the eye of a dragon. Let's go look at it. Okay, ready? Watch this.
Here's a question. Why would the Twin Tower bombing be printed on your $20 bill?
Let me slow that down just a bit.
There's another question. Why would the Pentagon bombing be printed on the other side of the same bill?
You're looking at it.
So tell me, is it possible? Can you actually have this many images of bombings?
So here's the federal, look over here to the left. There's the federal building. That's the end of the building blowing up. You turn this bill over, there's the building blown in half. There's the floors jutting out. Here's the other $20 bill, the Twin Towers. Look at the Pentagon. Look at the Pentagon right here, you guys. Look right here where I'm making my circle. Pentagon. Three rows of square windows, explosion, rectangular building, explosion, rectangular building, Twin Towers, bombings in the exact same positions that had happened. Here's the federal building bombing in Oklahoma City with the face of the building blown off with the floors jutting out. Here is the The side of the federal building bombing, the edge. Look at the rounded corners. Identical.
Printed on U.S. currency notes. Twin Tower bombing, federal building bombing, Pentagon bombing.
And when you go around the perimeter of these bills, all I did was trace around this bill with a pen. I picked up the bill and I connected the vertices. Those who try and hide their plans from the Lord are doomed. They carry out their schemes in secret and think no one will see them. I see them or know what they are doing. They turn everything upside down. So who's they? The demonic entities from the abyss occupying the host body system. That's who they are. That's who did this. Look at what you're looking at.
Tidal wave coming over, tsunami coming over.
There's the new $10 bill. Just take a moment and have a look at it. Is that a wave coming over a 7-story building? All you got to do is put a line right here and you'll see this building's reflection. We'll see where my cursor is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stories. Tsunami coming over. Look at that reflection of the building in the water. Here is a little artistic enhancement for you to see it, how obvious it is.
7-story building, New York being destroyed by a nuclear.
Now, here's the new $100 bill. Watch the 3 layers of ink. On every bill, there's 3 layers of ink. Just watch.
Blast.
1, 2,
Hoover Dam with water.
3 layers of ink. Out of the sea shall come fire and smoke and a devouring wind.
By a nuclear blast. Hoover Dam with water.
There's your $100 bill. Okay. Why is Iran touting such big shit? It's like those fights I was in. They got a gun. They got a knife. They're talking shit because they know they're about to do something. They've got something. Why would you be talking that kind of garbage when you're getting the crap bombed out of you? Well, if you have a nuke already planted in Gilbert Canyon, right, Obama? And you have a nuke plant and you're ready to go. You did higher ground productions, like you're coming up from the abyss, a la higher ground productions, the Obamas. And Gilbert Canyon was made a national underwater monument. Shining hostages. We're the shining hostages in host bodies. This is all a bunch of smoke and mirrors, guys. Here you go. Let's finish it.
Water coming over the water containment in a unit.
Okay, I want to show you the Hoover Dam one. Watch this. You see this line right here? That's on the $50 bill before they changed it. But then they changed it. And watch. I want you to see the lines on this thing. Watch.
Unidirectional line.
Okay, you see these lines? Those are the 3 layers of ink, like it's getting hit with an energy weapon or something. But then the new $50 bill shows unidirectional lines of water flowing over the dam. Watch.
Lines, 3 layers of ink.
Okay, here's the new $50 bill. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the lines. Look at the difference. It goes from this. It goes from this. Watch.
In a unidirectional line.
It goes from that.
It's 3 layers of ink.
To that.
Tell me,
that's water moving over a dam, you guys.
Is it possible? Hell no, it's not possible.
Look, here they all are in a row. Ready? Federal building bombing. Here's the federal building. Look at the rounded corners, rounded corners, rounded corner, rounded corner. Just look right here. Rounded corner, rounded corner, rounded corner, rounded. This is federal building. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. It reads like a book from left to right. Here's the Twin Towers. Look at that. No way. Retarded. Give me a break. $100 bill right here. Look at the layers of ink. Boom, boom, boom. Look. From left to right. See the different layers of ink? $10 bill. Look. See the tidal wave coming over the 7-story building? Okay, no. I'm not buying it. And all of a sudden, and if you look down here, you'll see the 50 with the unidirectional lines with the water going right here. See it? No. Wrong. They are talking such big shit, Iran is, that they're going to nuke the U.S. How are they going to nuke the U.S.? We're over there destroying their nuclear capability program. Well, if Obama's a plant from the inside to rot the soul of the nation, which he is, and they have a nuke already planted, ready to go, because the Republicans look like they're taking over and they can't bully anybody anymore, then they've got to go to plan B. All right. How fascinating. It's all an angel of the abyss thing. You see right here? I want y'all to look right here in the top corner. You see this line coming over the buildings? Look right here on the $100 bill. See the line right here? Look at that line. It's water, fire, smoke, devouring wind, and water going through the buildings on the $10 bill. You can't make this stuff up, guys. No one could hit the nail on the head that many times. There's no human being that could do this, but I did it. How did I do it? The Spirit of the living God dwells in me. I can see. Okay. I'm giving y'all a heads up. I don't know.
It's done with intent. Did you know the whole system is a twin system you live in? Did you know the first children talked about in the Bible were a set of twins, Cain and Abel? Say their name together, Cainable. Do you ever wonder why the Ouroboros is a serpent eating its own tail? I wonder what would happen to you if you got trapped in the serpent system. Did you know there's a way out? Wake up, sheep. Go read your Bible.
There you go. All right. I just want to make y'all aware of that. We're going to post, there's a hour video coming out tomorrow on another platform. You got to see it. We tear into the whole Katy Perry. Katy Perry is literally rallying the troops in her music video. She is literally saying it's time to cross the Rubicon. I'll show you what that actually means. Go look up the meaning of crossing the Rubicon. Back in the days of Caesar, you crossed the line to cross the Rubicon, and once he did that, the die was cast. And they're ready. They're ready to go. All right. We are at the tipping point, guys. We are up against a socialist. By the way, Hitler was a democratic socialist. Okay? You know, we have this communism, socialist push within the United States. They're a bunch of liars. They'll say whatever they can to get in office. And the second they do, here they come. You know who made it law that Islam could hold office in the United States? You know who signed that bill? Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and a group of their buddies. I remember looking at the bill. I'm like, wow, those are the people that allowed Islam to hold office in the U.S. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer signed the bill. Someone can look that up and just post it in the comments. That's right. That's why they behave like they do. Just saying. All right, guys. Peace and grace. Love you in Christ.